5 minutes saved. Gotta lay down. I had to lay down. Let me tell you. Solstice has changed. Solstice has changed. Cannot do it out. In the 5th hour, this is deSz'e. Saved 5 p.m. 2 days. 2. Come on at 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening, and definitely making 5 o'clock a reality. Here we are. One more time. Give me some water. Tiki punch. Okay. Food from a jar is not fresh. Planning the mix. Working is best. So here we are, Scrap TV. I'm deSz'e. It's 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. 2 days. There's a couple things you can learn, a couple things you can learn from. Things like that. Recycle. Organizing. I'm trying to keep everything on the up and up. Keep video rolling. Keep the video rolling. You see the table. Breaking my stride. Well, let's do it like this. I'm gonna change it up. That thing there about to fall on the ground. Justice Warrior. Live Essex life. Shiny girl, my babe. Hey, baby, later. Baby love right there, baby. You loving it? Shiny girl in the house. I went over there shanky and I didn't get a connection. I didn't get a good connection, so I stayed there for like 10 minutes. But nothing was happening. No signal was coming through. Nothing. So I was like, I appreciate you coming through too. You make my numbers look right. You make me feel so good. You make me feel so young. Yes, Scrap TV. We're talking about recycling. Some music. And we'll talk about some food as well. I tried to work on the food video today, did not come out. So after this, I gotta do the aluminum cans. While I got day, and while I have the space, I gotta take the aluminum cans out of here. They gotta go. They gotta go. There's too many right now. I was trying to make enough to make the bag full. Who knows, I can keep it in. But the bag can't get punctured, and it has to be in a good spot. Can't draw on any pest. And we're drinking Tiki Punch today. Tiki Fruit Punch. Shasta. I still drink Shasta. Big Check soda, if I can find it. And that was Kmart. Big Check soda. Orange, that is. And they say that has impurities and stuff in it. I don't know. I know I like the taste of the flavor. The Orange Check soda. Sunkist Orange was kind of close. That Orange Check soda was amazing. I like orange drink, grape drink. I like grape fruit drinks. I like them. I'll pay for it. As long as it's good, it's not just straight sugar. Woo. Jungle juice. I can't do jungle juice. Tropical. Tropical. Naming names. Taking a list, he's naming names. So I know you see these coming up my Scrap TV. These will be, we got to show you how to break these down. What these stands are made of. Plastic, we're recycling. We'll show you about the grab board that's in most of these flat screen monitors. That's acrylic. I use them for grafting on, cooking on. I wipe them down. It's a hard surface. It's acrylic. Of course, I've got acrylic all a lot of places. Acrylic lenses for the lights. That's acrylic. When we had the little scare at the stores, they would have the dividers to keep you away from them and you away from them away from you. Those are acrylic. And of course, I was plentiful of acrylic. I started to try to be a supplier of acrylic so that you could put an acrylic window up at your store, a divider, tabletop. You can put the acrylic on top of it. Excuse me. You can put the acrylic on top of it to make it, shine or what. Different things you could do with the acrylic. The clear one, thicker white or the cloudy clear. And when I started bringing acrylic to the recycled style for plastic, they couldn't believe how much acrylic I had. I was either using them for cutting boards, cooking boards, or chopping boards, or decoration. But I was getting a lot of these little guys, all these little guys. And it was so much acrylic. When they stack up, all the weight is incredible. Because it's flat panels, condensed. Take those to the scrapyard, or I mean, not the scrapyard, but the recycle center. Plastic recycle. You got yourself a nice bit of money. Acrylic was running anywhere from 9 cents to 13 cents, 14 cents. 100 pounds, 13 cents a pound. Very good, very easy to stack those if you got that kind of attraction going. Very easy to attract, and you can make some money selling plastic. I mean, you put it with some film, with some this kind of plastic, this PPOE plastic, bendable, and you could make some money as long as you stacked it right. Put it in the bags and it was clean. Didn't have any bunch of nastiness of food, remnants, sugar, calcification, fungus, and all that. They don't want all that. Not coming across the border and going into another country. They don't want that. They want it pure. The other company's shipping it. The other company's shipping it overseas. They gotta do, they're shredding it, stripping it, because they know all their stuff has to be pure. Some loads get rejected because of how nasty it is. Just point blank. Especially if you've done any welding type thing or melting. You got screws in it, metal fasteners on it. The rivets, it's a circle, grommets, plastic grommets on plastic, the little metal grommets. It could be stainless steel, it could be brass, it could be a wealth of things. And you gotta be accountable for that, because that has to be pulled off there. Grommets are kind of hard sometimes. Grommets are easy sometimes. Depending on how old it is, what matter it is, what kind of a material it is. So you would learn from that. When we're talking about grommets, you can recycle those. And I have a lot of them. Fasteners, not so much. With fasteners, you're getting, with fasteners, they're mostly metal, or the plastic fasteners, a different type of plastic. And you want your plastic separate from other plastics. There's a company online when you're talking about computer chips, and that's part of the name. You gotta sort it out. you have to sort it out yourself. This goes over here. This goes over here. This goes over here. This goes over here. All the paper and books over here. All the cloth. And, hemp products over here. A ton of clothes can be recycled. The clothes has to be free of hangers and stuff. They're not a metal company, even though they will. Some plastic places sell metal and will buy your metal, but it won't be at the price that you want it at, because they're there to make a profit. They're recycling plastic, corrugated materials or clothing, and maybe 2 or 3 other plastics. Some plastic places don't do the plastic bottles. The plastic bottles, they deem it as nasty. You gotta put it on. So yes, station identification. This is Scrap TV. I'm deSz'e, and I came on. I showed up in the 5th hour, pulled it off. I made it safe. I restarted my situation. I see that we have I Cherish Churches on Big Jack Story Time right now. Kind of throws me off every time I look. I kind of can expect something on his channel on Sunday nights, Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Mondays, and it's kind of clashing with a couple of things that I might be involved in. But the schedule, you get your pop-ups and it says, notify me if so-and-so. And it just throws me off a little bit. I'll be like, that's somebody I want to watch right now. And so I have to catch up on the show, and I do watch the replay. And I do pay attention to what's being said. Serious about it. And I'm interested in people. I want to see what they're talking about. A little bit more background of where they come from and such. What they're about. Look at the judge's character and all. So, very good shows right there. Another one. There's 2 or 3 other interviewers that do shows as well. Now I'm sure they have to the person and figure out what's going to be the time frame, because everybody's on different time frames, time zones, time area, time stamps. So some things are coming in I can't meet sometimes, nor can the crowd of that or audience of that viewer. So it might not be that many people, and then later on it's caught up. Then again, you still have different people and different tribes that don't reciprocate communication. So to you and yours, you do what you do and say hi when you can, or whatever, or stay in the background. It doesn't matter. Stay in the background if you want. Come up front. And if you're too busy, like I am most of the time, I'm busy. And I will type in the thing, hey, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm in the background working. Because I can't type everybody's name in the old phones I had, the old tablet. Couldn't type everybody's name. That takes time, the keyboard, everything. And when you're on a computer, you can type 2 letters and their whole name comes up. Easy, I can do that. So we're talking about common courtesy on that. And this, another thought came up from a jar, not your items not being fresh. Some people can tell if something comes from a jar. If something comes from the vine, off the ground, somebody can tell something's more real, or if it has preservatives on it. Some people cannot tell at all. Some people don't care. If it's a frozen bag or if it comes out of a can that you can, cut open, that has preservatives to keep things fresh, shelf life. Some shelf life 2-3 years. Some shelf life goes beyond the can date and it's still good. Per se, who knows? Some shelf life goes bad within 30 days. Might be a cheaper product that you're getting or something from a dollar company, a thrifted company or a resale or a pantry. They don't, sometimes they check the date, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they know they gotta get rid of something before it gets too bad. So there we go. Took a girl to one of my girlfriend's Three Forks? Three Forks restaurant, a very fancy restaurant in my city. I like to go, like Fogo de Chao, deSz'e Steakhouse, it's a Regal Steakhouse or Regal place where you eat at a restaurant and you're spending $50 a plate or $80 a plate. You're not leaving out of there without spending $160, $180 for the meal. You and somebody else or by yourself, that'd be $102, $107, $120. Sometimes I like to do that every once in a while. I do that. I want to try different things. Is it really worth the money? Are the aesthetics good? The atmosphere? It's a nice place to dine. Do I have to dress up? Button up my shirt, put a tie on, slacks. You can't come in like this. You have to have your slacks on. Slacks, tie, necktie, dress shoes, socks. There's a dress code. There's a dress code for some restaurants and some places, some ballrooms, some parties, some events. You have to be pretty Ricky. You don't have a tie, you got to button your shirt up all the way to the top. Professionalism, right? It's a code that you're following and saying, hey, I want to go inside, I want access to this particular party. It's all white or all black or all red or all blue or green or brown. Everybody's in a suit. After 5, you can't look like you're going to the club. If you remember church, and I remember church, that's a song itself too. If you're going to church, there's a dress code. To some churches don't care. Some churches really take that and one part of scripture saying, come as you are. And yes, but be reverent once you know. And you have to be reverent. But you're not getting in old church service from 1989, 85, 84, 79. You're not getting into the church looking any kind of way. You're not. They're going to stop you at the door. The ushers will stop you. Churches that were fully stocked, maybe a small neighborhood church, they would need more people coming in to patronize the church, right? But the ones that were heavily indoctrinated was a definite no. You're not getting it coming out with a short skirt and your skirt. Here's your legs down here, and your shirt, your skirt comes up here. Oh, you're not getting it. Those women are intimidated, and they already see it a mile away. They know what you're about. That's what I mean. It was judgment. They know what you're about. Same thing as if you was approaching somebody in a company or something, or a high rise, and you wanted to talk to the property manager or the office manager, or where you say, hey, we'd like to set up in your foyer, your front room of your business, and set up our stuff to sell. We're so such company, we sell these. And you come in there with the craziest gear on that sends a message to the other person of what kind of business that you are. You come in there looking, Ricky and pretty and stuff and tight, clean, fresh pressed, hair done, a hairdo, glasses perhaps, long sleeve shirts, and nice pressed pants, nice shine shoes. You demand the respect. Especially when you go to any restaurant. Let's say they didn't have a dress code at the restaurant. You'll get in. Parties. I've gotten into a lot of parties where I really wasn't trying to get in. I was trying to pay, and like, oh, you come on in, man. You're like you part of the crew, You VIP. Not that I wanted it free, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy being VIP. So, VIP is a specialized area. Being notified and noticed at a certain place, they get on the microphone or announcements and announce your name. I'd like to welcome deSz'e to the Carolinas. I'd like to welcome deSz'e to Club So-and-so over here in Marina Del Rey. They'll do that in the middle of a party. deSz'e in the house. Club up north. Club down south. I perused with a lot of those DJs over the years, because I was a DJ too. So I would always walk straight to the DJ and give him his props or check him out, see what kind of equipment he's working on. He might need some help. He might need a break. And I can run the equipment. I'll step in and I'll keep it in his format and try to outshine the master. So that's something. Dress code, dress style, your dress, your attire can get you in a lot of places. And it can get you kicked out of it. It can get you ostracized. You can dress too much and not be in the right environment. People don't feel good about you. They don't relate to you. They don't want you there, or they'll deem you as such. And they'll distance themselves from you. Or you'll be attracted, and you'll attract everybody. You can suck the life out of the party, positive or negative. Everybody radiating toward you and exhibit a good attitude. Or not. Turn people off. Get everybody coming over and run everybody off. That's up to you. Something you gotta learn. Definitely some kind of ups and downs that you gotta learn how these things work. What works for you. Everything don't work for everybody. There's somebody that likes wearing wooden shoes. Somebody likes to wear these shoes that are made of plastic. Somebody likes nothing but leather patent shoes. There's somebody that likes cowhide boots or footwear. Cowhide as the snakeskin lizard boots, lizard wear. To each his own. Some people like sandals, some people like open toes. Some people like closed toes all the time. They don't want to show their toenails and such. They don't want to show their toenails. They don't want to show their feet. They don't want to be exposed to air and such. You need to, balance yourself. Sometimes I don't wear socks. Sometimes I might go Dutch. Sometimes not be an undershirt, no. But I do enjoy the benefits of underwear and undershirts and extra pair of socks. Fresh pair of socks. I do appreciate that. When the wind could be two-tone weather. It could be cold at night, cold in the morning. Hot is all outdoors in the day. So I want the protection from the wind, the cold air, the dew point, the wind erosion, windy days. And then when it gets hot, I want that undershirt to soak up the sweat and such. Yeah. Good point, huh? Climate and gear. Dressing up. I'm being too dressed up. You can go to a party. You can go to a party, have the wrong thing on, either laughing stock, or just be judged. Just know everybody's judging everybody. Everybody's, and they're making a judgment immediately. If you're coming to a certain person's channel, they're making a judgment immediately. Like, what is this about? Who is that? What does that do? What is he doing? We all judge. It's just the eyes. I judge another guy. I judge a gal. She looks approachable. She looks okay. It happens, man. It happens naturally. I'm attracted to that person. Man, I get an opportunity to speak to that person. Maybe I got something to give to that person. Maybe that person's got somebody. Maybe that person needs me. Maybe that person wants to talk to me. Maybe that person is giving me the same energy from across the room. Maybe they saw me before I saw them. Maybe they look up at the right time, didn't even know I was in the room, or the building, or the area, or the event, or the parking lot, or in the next car. Glance up, and they want interaction. You might have attracted somebody that's attracted to you, or somebody is attracted to you and you didn't know you sent that attraction out. That's your fault. And that's your thing. That's what you put out there. Your persona is out there when you're in public. When you're in private, you send out body language. I mean, go to a spot and have your arms crossed. Frown. Crinkles in your forehead. Eyes squinched. Mouth drawn up. Yeah, it sends a message out. That's the language in the song. So dressing up and body language. deSz'e, Scrap TV with deSz'e. It's 5 p.m. Definitely Saved by the Bell in the fifth, the last 5 minutes in the fifth hour. And I'll take it on into the next hour. And I'll watch the other live that's going on right now. I'll rewind that live and play it and watch it and enjoy it just like it was live. So I'm definitely a contributor. I want to contribute. I'm interested in other people. I want to know what's going on with other people. I feel connected to other people. I'm not an island. I'm not always by myself. I'm a people person. Sometimes I do want to be by myself. Like per se, I got the gas money and I want to carry out my plans for tomorrow morning. I do. I didn't do what I said I was going to do today to be prepared. So, back to this other notebook. Plan the mix. Plan your strategy. You don't plan a strategy just by just going with it. Going with the flow. No. Sometimes going with the flow can get you there and you can get opportunities. That ain't every day. You're not going to get that every day. You need to plan. You need to plan. You need to write something down. You need to put it on your vision board and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this. Or I sit in judgment of myself. Make sure that I'm doing what I need to do every day, right? I'm doing what I need to do so I can get things done. Doing my thumbnails. I can do those. Just haven't taken the time. What's my strategy? Run over and just start doing thumbnails. Random thumbnails. And no, I need a strategy because I need to be relatable in the thumbnail or relatable at whatever event I'm at or relatable in whatever line I'm in, relatable to whatever institution that I'm in, whether it comes to courthouse, lineup, or waiting at a store, going at a department store. But you have a dress code. You must wear shoes and shirt. No shoes, no shirt, no service, right? In most places, no socks. Come in there with your socks on. You got socks that have the little extra sole on the bottom of them. You can argue all day. Some people won't let you in. Those are their code of conduct, their rules. And you'll be judged by a woman who's looking at you, approaching her. She sees that you got on raggedy shoes. And guys, too, they judge you as well. Oh, his beard ain't trimmed or his mustache ain't trimmed. Or his hair ain't cut or he ain't He's just letting his hair grow wild, and you could be attracting all the women. But they're mad and they're jealous and envious of you. And they'll tear you down. Tear your character down. Being that you don't do what they do in grooming. You ain't got no smell good on. You don't have the nicest shirt. You're not wearing a Brandini or, a Ralph Lauren or a Polo or Izod or any of those name brand shirts. Archer. Was that JCPenney's label? Archer. Great. Dress shirt. And there are other shirts and other suits. The Magic Johnson suits. The Steve Harvey suits. I'm very big at one time. The Jordan suits. Then there's other suits. Versace. There's other suits out there. Italian cut. French cut. American cut. And pants, leggings, and the way the suit fits on you. Steve Harvey's suits were very nice. Very cut. His character is amplified by the clothes that Steve Harvey wears. He doesn't come out looking janky at all. You've never seen him in a shirt that wasn't pressed, with his hair or hairline totally squared off. He looks perfect every shot. Aware of his looks, aware of his style. And I appreciate people who came through, people who peeked in. I appreciate y'all. This is Scrap TV. I'm just showing you a different side of recycling music and the cooking side. Doing something like this from 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the evening, Central Standard Time. If I'm not there at 5, I'm coming on in that 5th hour. I ain't missed one day. This is my 2nd week. 2 days with deSz'e, 5 a.m., 5 p.m., Central Standard Time, Scrap TV. When we talking recycle. And today, we're talking about body language, dress code, climate of the weather, your strategy, going with the flow. Let's jump back into it. And definitely the difference between getting some in a can or a jar or getting it fresh. So we'll go with the flow. Let's go with the flow. You can go with the flow. I used to go with the flow. I go with the flow a lot back in the day. I just go. I show up at a place. It's like, oh damn. The last comedy show I went to, still got that in me, and I got to stop that. I got to actually start doing a little bit better on my dress code, on my awareness of what I'm wearing, going into another environment, another setting, another style. This was a country comedy show where the Chicago born or known comedian Brother Kenny, roasted me. I came in late. And I just got my shirt on, whatever, a plaid shirt. So, this was a little bit last year. Not ready out, but I don't want to miss the event, right? I said I was going. And if I say I'm coming to your event, that means I'm coming. And show's already started, right? Main event has already went. He was the anchor, the host of the show. I think he did one more, I think somebody did one more set, and then he came back up and closed the show out. So I was right there at the closing of the show. The stage is right here, right? The stage is here. Here I am, the door is over here. I gotta walk down this hallway and walk up this way. Walking up this way. Walking this way. The seats are right here, so the stage is here. Seats are right here. The crowd is right here. The comedian is right here. On stage. I'm walking up the thing last by myself in the middle of the show. Woo! He roasted the mess out of me. I didn't know he was making jokes about me until I sat down. And he made a joke. He made an instant joke that stuck with me. And I told the joke back to the comedian who forgot the joke. He said, look at this brother here coming here. He looked like he looked like he got a carpet on for his shirt. Carpet on the outside and on the inside. Because it was kind of moving from winter into spring. And I'm listening to this subconsciously. Because I heard the crowd laughing to whatever jokes. You can hear it outside the building. So I'm going in and I'm listening to the jokes subliminally. But I'm looking for a seat to sit down and not be such a distraction to the comedy show that's on its way. You see that brother, that looked like he in a whole nother era or whatever. He just kept ripping and the people are laughing louder. And I said, wait a minute, he's talking about me, bro. Oh, wow. So I had to laugh at myself because I came as I was. Sometimes I go to a church, I've been invited to a church, and I can't make it to your church service at a certain time. That's the time I'm doing something else. And my church service is later. I might go to 3 churches in one Sunday seating or 2 churches on a Saturday just to visit and fellowship with different congregations and different people. Now, you invited me to church and I said, I'm coming. And I'll say, hey, what time is church? 9:30 on Sunday morning. Then we got the 2 o'clock service. We got a 7:30 service at night. I might be doing something. I might have already went to church and said I'm going to come to your church. And I said, what is the dress code? I always ask, what's the dress code? Or whatever event it is. It could be a club. It could be a comedy show on a Sunday night. It could be a show with a rock band or a hillbilly band or a rockabilly band or a jazz concert at an airport hangar. They turned the hangar into a club where it's a jazz show. And I want to go enjoy that. You kind of want to look nice at a jazz show. And, but if I'm in mode and I show up and it's come as you are, you didn't stay through the dress code or you stayed at the dress code, I'm going to do my best to abide by that and not show up. If I got the suit in a suit bag or something, my clothes are pressed and nice, I'll still try to attend. I might have tennis shoes on, but I'll be dressed to whatever. I'll abide by the rules. I'm not a rebel. I'm not a rebel to the program or whatever the program is. I'm trying to abide by that program. So that's where I'm at. And that is going with the flow. Sometimes you can go with the flow, fit in, and look like everybody else and get the same accolades or the same treatment as others. Some places, no. In some places, they'll see through yourself. They'll see through your facade. You can go to, I've seen guys 3-piece suit, go to court and lose with a lawyer, with 2 lawyers, and lose the case. And the judge says, I don't care, get in that jail. You know what I'm saying? Go down that hallway Go down there and go with the bailiff. Assume the position. Clean and Skeeter's Peter. They are clean. Lawyers, very articulate, very profound, very adamant, and very stern with the way they talk and handle the case. You would have swore the case was won. But the judge sees your character. He can see through that bull crap screen that you're throwing. He can see through it. So you gotta watch that. You can't pull a wool over, and you can't talk slick to a can of oil. That was the same. You can come looking all crazy nowadays and still win your case. As long as you represent your character and you got receipts, you've got paper trail, witnesses, character witnesses in the audience, as well as, it's a well-known name in the city. You're a statesman, publicman. You want to uphold your ethics, the code of ethics, code of conduct. You want to be of that echelon of people who are trying to be righteous, or deem themselves as righteous, or deem themselves as the leader or the voice of reason. So, somebody they can come to for advice, somebody can come through for money, somebody can come through and get something that they can't get from somebody else. So yeah, going with the flow, not always the way. And yeah, you do want to have strategy when you're approaching business, strategy when you're out and about. You don't want to going along in your domain looking like you have no rudder, a ship with no rudder. You're just floating around doing anything. You don't want to be known as that in your neighborhood, in a strange place. You don't want to just be wandering around. Somebody's going to notice and know that you're out of place. Could bring harm to you. Sometimes it can save you. A lot of people prey on doing just anything, or playing the poor role on the side of the road with the book with, I will work for food, or oh, God bless, give me anything, I'm a veteran, or whatever. They'll play those cards. Me and my family need to eat anything I help. A big cup, shaking their hand, or have their hand shaking, shivering, swaddling clothes on, looking the part of the homeless guy or the hobo or the guy and the person in need. We got actors out there that's doing this for a profession, and they're taking home. They're taking home more than you're making in a day, more than you're making a week sometimes, in one day. They got it down to a science. If they can pull on your heartstrings and hold the cup out there, and you just keep throwing money in the cup, throwing money out the window, handing them money, handing them food, handing them drinks, handing them whatever they want, handing them cigarettes, to where they've got a whole pack of cigarettes within a couple hours without having to buy it. Hey, I wanted a Winston. I wanted a Filter King Cool. I wanted a Newport. Or I wanted a Marlboro Light. Oh, I needed $20. Man, that's $200, and I only been out here 3 hours. I couldn't stoop to that side. If I had to, man, if I gotta play that part, I could be an actor. I played the happy salesman a lot. But these guys, they've got it to a science where they can pull on your heartstrings and get something out of you that you couldn't get if you had a suit and tie on. Some people feel sorry for the guy who lost his job. He just lost his job. He's walking in despair. He's out there with his shirt and tie on, with his hand out. Can you help me with anything? Somebody's going to feel sorry for that guy. He can play the role too. You never know if that guy's serious or if he is acting or pulling a con or just don't give a dang. He might be out of his mind, drunk, high, or on another level. Or can't say that particular word, but his mind is stuck on stupid, and you can't do nothing for him. You might want to give him a soda or water or a couple of dollars. He don't know no better. I was once in a situation with a guy who was the favorite in the institution, and I saw him outside on the corner on the freeway at the stoplight. Is that you? Yeah, he remembered me. He wasn't stupid. He looked stupid, but he wasn't stupid. He was very cognitive. And he was very cognitive, but the people felt sorry for him. They felt sorry for him, and they kept giving him money. Heck, I gave him $15. I was happy to see it too. He was a good dude, man. But he wasn't disabled like you think he is. He was very smart. Pulling on the heartstrings of the people and getting results out of it. So yeah, let's go into this. Let's check this out. Let's see what time we're at. This is Scrap TV. We're talking recycle. Recycle. I'm deSz'e. This is live 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. version of two-a-days. Definitely coming on live 2 times a day. Definite practice I got from being in high school and doing two-a-days before the school year started, before the football season started, before the basketball season started, before baseball season started, before track started. You got to condition yourself. You got to stretch. You got to do your stretches. You got to do your push-ups, your pull-ups, your side straddle hops. You got to do that. You got to run. You got to watch your diet. You need to watch what you're eating, your intake, your alcohol intake, your protein intake, your sugar intake. Watch your checking on your blood pressure. Check in on your vitals. How's your heartbeat beating? Changing of the guard with your clothing. In the climate, what do you need to be wearing? In the heat, do you wear an undershirt to diffuse all the sweat that goes so it doesn't go into the next shirt or your jersey underneath your pads? Do you have knee pads on? Do you have elbow pads on? Let's say we're here beating the hammer and doing some work on the floor with our goggles on, with our safety goggles on, with our hammer. And our gloves on. You got your gloves on, got your hammer, and you're hammering into the ground. Where things could go anywhere, right? But that's the attire you need to have on to protect yourself. Look like a minion of it. Anyway, swinging. staying on purpose, staying on strategy, protecting yourself. Got the right attire on and the right shirt. So when you're swinging, sweat is coming off your body, going into that undershirt. Your overshirt is still clear. You get ready to present yourself to anybody, your employees or an employer or your client and clientele, that you look good. Your shirt's not sogged out because you got a bottom shirt. Or it's a breezy night. It could be a breezy night and you've got your undershirt on. The wind's cutting through other people. You want to help them learn how to dress as well. That you got that undershirt on or thermal underwear on in colder situations, colder climates, in colder areas, depending on what zone you are in the world. Dress accordingly. Have your mental ready accordingly as well. So you're not out of pocket in the wrong climate, wearing the wrong clothes. I went to a beach party. I had a sweatshirt on. People were laughing at me, pointing at me. What, this fool, and calling me fool and all kind of stuff. Look at this idiot. Got a sweatshirt on in the summer. Oh, it was late spring. In the springtime. And that's happened a couple times. I've had a turtleneck on. Went to a club with a turtleneck on. The spring was just coming out of winter. And it was cold at night. My bones, I was skinnier than I am now. So I'm skin and bones. And I don't want to just wear something just because it looks nice. What's the latest fashion? I'm not trying to impress everybody and trying to holler at a female at the club. Or look fly in front of the stars, or look fly in front of the crowd, or going on stage, being the MC of the night. All those physical things, I don't want to be just that guy that just had to wear a Versace just to mix in with the crowd. I'm gonna wear what's comfortable, what's really gonna protect me. So I did wear that turtleneck, or I did wear that sweatshirt at a beach party, and I did have to wear a sweatshirt when I was at La Jolla in California, out of San Diego, that particular La Jolla beach, and a couple other beaches. That air coming off that, or in Illinois, that air coming off that lake cool front, that air coming off that water after 10 o'clock at night, sometimes 8 o'clock in the evening, that air starts coming in and it's cold. And you better have a jacket or a windbreaker or something to cut that, or undershirt, thermals or whatever. It's the summer and I'm freezing cold. I'm sorry, I apologize. I am not going to be uncomfortable for the sake of trying to be cute. Can't do it. If I'm exhausted and I've been working all day and night for the last 2 days, and there's a long line at the store, I'll kneel down in line and scoot up every few seconds. I'll sit on the floor and scoot up every few seconds as the line moves. I'm wore out and I'm going to be comfortable wherever I am. That's just me. It's too hot and I'm comfortable and there's no dress code, I might take my shirt off, bro. I might take my shirt. It's too hot. I might take my shirt off. Sorry. I might take my shoes off and my socks off. I'm not streaking, but I'm trying to tell you. I'm setting the picture for you. Might not be streaking, but I'm definitely going to be comfortable, period. If I feel like some parachute pants, which are the plastic pants, probably the equivalent of a Glad trash bag with zippers on it, but it's a harder plastic. If I feel like I want to wear that, I want to wear the skinny jeans or whatever, because I've been gifted that from somebody, or somebody bought me a pair of skinny jeans, right, or skinny pants, the skinny mode on the pants where the bottom of the calf is hugging your thighs, hugging your socks area, locking your socks in. I like that. I'm not a fan of bell bottoms or the boot cut. Sometimes the boot cut will cover your whole area so anything doesn't fly up your leg and, tickle you or bite you. So I do care for that style to an extent that it goes up, it hugs your thighs. It goes up to your waist, but my waist is loose and it sags. And I have to tie that drawstring or put that belt on extra tight, make an extra hole in my belt so my pants don't sag. But the bottom part is intact. I do like that. That is hugging my thighs and it's weird. Like I'm wearing tights or something or thermal underwear. But it protects me from the air going through and bothering me. Protects me from the cold temperature. And the heat temperatures, not so much. But it keeps mosquitoes and all that stuff. They don't go up my leg. Chiggers, stuff like that. Gnats or whatever. Anyway, we're into that, and I definitely gave my time today. I did it. I came back and did it, y'all. In the 5th hour, I came on. See that? It wasn't just me not showing up. Nah, I showed up. Saying your girl showed up. Appreciate that. Different time zone. In a different ways. They say in Rome, do as the Romans do. So, hey, in whatever area I'm trying to do it. I did a TV show. I was on a sitcom. I was on a TV sitcom. You can look it up. Yeah, I'm not, you can't IDMB me or whatever. I don't have my portfolio set up on there. But I did a TV show. I think it was at ABC. How I Met Your Mother, the reality series. I was in the background, getting paid, right? I was an extra. I was in the background. And this is bonus. I didn't do the countdown. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in the bonus. So, in the bonus, and I appreciate everybody who came through. If you're watching the replay, this will be public. But I'm in the background on How I Met Your Mother or Marry My Mother or something. One of the two. Where the contestant has there's 3 contestants to marry this guy's mother or this gal's father. Anyway, we're in a rodeo. We're in the stockyards. The rodeo in a big arena, a big club. I can't say the club's name right now. But the attire was country and western, right? That was the thing, even though some of the patrons were different races and different colors that were in the show. The crowd was multifaceted. You got some from every race and gender, sizes, shapes, and colors. Fat, skinny, tall, short. You got all these different people in the crowd. But you can't really tell. You just know there's a crowd in the background, in the upper, the nosebleed section, and the courtside, all the way back. That was full. So they wanted to make a look of a rodeo going on. And I was a participant in there with a big cowboy hat on. Went and bought that cowboy hat, bought a Caballero, a cowboy hat. I wanted to look authentic. I wanted that money. They were paying like $100, $200 that day, just for 45 to an hour and a half minutes of work, and you're getting $200. Hey, I'm in. Those days, I was in a commercial just for the money. I wasn't in it for the artwork. I was learning how this all goes and stuff. But I was in the commercial for the money. I didn't care what show it was. I didn't care what product I was promoting. And I found out that I have morals. And I had to adjust. But that was the actual dress code. They wanted us to be in Western gear. Blue jeans, the shirts, either a checkered shirt or the Western shirts, the long collar, boots if possible, cowboy hat, bandana, whatever around your neck, as a handkerchief, kind of swing your voice around a little bit, like you got a little country twang in it, like I'm doing right now, country inflection. They wanted you to applaud after every joke. Yeah. Woo! They want you to woo. They want you to do all these things in the background to give the ambience of a real crowd at a rodeo while this guy's trying to find the right person for his wife, or his mother, the right person for his wife. That's crazy. What a premise, right? The right person to marry his widowed mother or mother, single mother. He's got 3 contestants, and each contestant had to do a certain feat to show that, you could rope a cow, or ride the bucking bull, or whatever it was. You can throw the lasso around, throw the rope around, and do the lasso thing. Can you do tricks and stuff? Can you command a horse? Can you command a livestock? Can you steer them? Different feats. But I did what it took to get that job. I was going with the flow. I dressed according to their dress code. Didn't really fit. I looked kind of dorky. With that cowboy hat on. Now, I did get another cowboy hat later. I returned that cowboy hat. I only wore it for like 30 minutes. I got me another cowboy hat that was more customized, that I wasn't rushing to get there. That was a last minute thing. Oh man, I gotta get this. I can't just go like I am. I look too city slicker style. And this was a country type setting. But I got there and I got the check. They loved my outfit, the coordinator, the production, the art director and all them. They loved what I had on. I fit right in. They put me right in the middle. So I am on that particular episode of, I think it's How I Met My Mother, or How I Met Your Father, or whatever. It's one of those. It's on ABC. Anyway, one of those I had to get the code. But then again, I got another hat that fit me better, fit my head better, a real cowboy hat. I went to a country show, country concert at a major country pub, and was able to get a couple drinks and blend in. It was mostly one race, but I was able to fit right in, talk the talk and walk the walk, and look authentic and not look like a poser. Look the part. Think if I came in there with something else on, looking another part, probably wouldn't have been welcomed. So everything has its purpose. When you're going into church, restaurants, working environments, the office, even your home, working at home. I believe working at home, there's a dress code that you need to have when you're working at home. You need to have on a business shirt. When it's time to do business, you need to do business. You need to do customer service, even if they don't see you. If they can't see your face, you need to be hair groomed, clothing right, air refreshener in the room, smell good, teeth, everything is being attended to. Your attitude should be on a higher level. So go into a higher level when you're talking about things like that. When you're working at home, if you're comfortable being in your underwear or in the nude doing a podcast, that's up to you. I want to dress the part. Even when I was doing the home studio, back when the home studios wasn't the thing at the time. You went to a big studio. And when I went to the big studios, I would wear something comfortable. But I would dress the part. I wouldn't dress all hip-hop every once in a while. But I would dress to gain more reverence. I could command my price when I was engineering projects and mixing and mastering and recording artists that come in the studio. There was a dress code with me, and when I threw parties and threw different events, there was a dress code. You can't just come to my event wearing anything. You got to come to my event looking like somebody. You have to. It was a dress code. These are the rules. So sometimes you can make it, fake it until you make it. I feel you. Sometimes you can just demand respect. Appreciate the hearts. Thank you. Thanks for the like. And this is 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I started a little late. But I was in the 5th hour. As long as I'm in the 5th hour, I'm safe. I'm in there, baby. I did it. I came on and I did what I said I was going to do. For 2 weeks, we've been doing this at 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening. Central Standard Time. This is Scrap TV. And this is what we're talking about. Recycling, reproduction, reformatting, galvanizing, staying away from regulated material, recycling. I just did a ceiling fan. That's what's on this poster here. Move it up so you can see it. So I just did a ceiling fan where we broke that down. That is what I've been working on. That was the video I promised yesterday. I said I'm going to do a video. 2 videos. So I have ceiling fan, I have the cans, and we wrap the cans up. And I'll show you what a 55-gallon bag looks like filled up. I do my program of doing these particular things for over 20-something years. I know something about scrapping, something about recycling that maybe you don't. And I have systems that I have set up that I say, yes, this is the way you do it. You must use these glasses if you're going to work for me. You must put on gloves if you're going to work with me. You must have a long sleeve shirt if you come and work with me. And long pants and steel-toed shoes, steel-toed tennis shoes, Steel toe sandals, I don't care. As long as you're covering up your feet so you are healthy and working. But with this one, I'm still learning how to work this touch thing. It's like a big phone, right? This is something, if you're interested in this, but definitely, this is where I was recycling a fan. I had it in the backdrop. Of course, I can flip to another menu and pull up Scrap TV. Same icon I wrote. So Scrap TV, and we recycle and recycling, and we talk about music sometimes. We're talking about cooking and food, growing food, harvesting your own food. Today we talked about body language, strategy, going with the flow, the climate, what weather is it, and what should you be wearing? Should you have an undershirt on in the summer? Yes. Should you have an undershirt on in the cool fall, spring? Yes. Should you have an undershirt on in the winter? Yes. This diffuses the air flowing, as well as thermal underwear is what keeps you warm, keeping your body temperature warm, and wearing the right gear. We just talked about that. Dressed up. Are you too dressed? Are you overdressed? You can go to a party and not have, hey, Els and Deborah, you can go to a party and have the wrong stuff on. You can have too much on. You need to always pose and say, I mean, not pose, but actually poke at the question, and you're invited, but what's the dress code? People invite me to their churches and or their meetings or their groups or their parties or RAs. I'm like, what's the dress code? Oh, just come as you are. Just, okay, well, I'm wearing now. This is cool. Yeah, that'll be all right. Just come as you are. It don't matter. You got shorts on, tore up jeans. No, you're not going to get me like that. I come and I look crazy. People looking at me. People make judgments. And period. They can say they don't judge and they still judge you. And they'll be talking about you behind the back when they turn their head. You say, what the hell? What the heck is he doing? What does she got on? Oh my God, she's showing too much. Or she got on, or when I came out of that club in spring at the nightclub, the guy who was performing, one of the latest rappers or something, was at a club on the lake. And I wore that turtleneck. And I hear guys talking about me from the saying, oh man, he's got such and such on. Look at him with that turtleneck on. They joking, they roasting me. They're throwing darts at me. And I'm like, man, I'm looking all dignified. The girls are choosing me. I enjoyed dancing with all the women in the club. But when I came out of the club, these guys were just talking about me bad. They made me feel bad for wearing the turtleneck shirt. Yeah, sometimes people need to know the dress code is. Some people need to know the dress code. And this is something that I'm here for, is making a show that talks about this kind of thing. I've been thinking about it for the last 20 years. This is something that needs to go. I was looking for funding for a TV show on regular TV. Things you need to know. You need to know that when you go to court, you need to have a dress shirt and, you need to dress reverent. You go to church, it used to be called no after 5 look when you go to church. Maybe after 5 in the evening, but those ladies, those usher ladies, said this earlier in this particular recording, those ladies at those old churches, they wouldn't let you come into church with a skirt up to your hips or holy pants or holes in your jeans or shorts on or your shirt wide open. They would make you button your shirt up. And that's one thing I do like about going to the Nation of Islam, the mosque with the Muslim faith. They check you at the front door. You ain't coming in there looking crazy. You gotta wash your hands and your feet before you walk in there. You must take your shoes off. You gotta kneel down and humble yourself and walk before you walk. You get frisked. You can't walk in there with a cell phone. Even if you went to go see Minister Farrakhan, he's live at some convention center. They're shaking you down. They're shaking you down like a bad bean pie. They're actually doing this because they don't want no problem. You're not coming in there with no weapons or nothing. You're not harming nobody. You will be quiet. There will not be any cell phones and radios, beepers, anything going on. And you will be reverent. You will pledge the oath before you walk in. In church, in black churches, I know, and some Caucasian churches, and some Hispanic churches, they'll stop you before you even get in the congregation. And they'll say, oh no, honey, no, you got a skirt on this long. They'll go get the cloth and they'll pin this to your dress or your pants or what are your shorts. They'll pin that to your shorts if your shorts are too short. They'll safety pin that sucker around. They don't want a distraction at all to anybody who's trying to pay attention or get closer to God or pay attention to the story at hand. So dress code is necessary. And it's not being enforced so much now. Now it's a free-for-all in a lot of places. Now I go to some people's church on, hey, if y'all like it, hey, cool thing. But my eyes I'm looking at I'm sitting next to a dime piece. And next to me is another dime piece, 2 rows over, dime piece, and she's showing everything the guy gave her. And I'm like, or a guy, he's got all his stuff showing. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to see that. Somebody is, but not me. I'm like, dude, I can't look in that direction, dog. And you got not just a ponytail, you got the rage ponytails up front with ribbons in your hair, pink ribbons in your hair, and you're a guy. I'm like, dude, I can't look right now. You're a distraction. I'm looking at you when I should be looking at the subject and paying attention to the show, or jamming out at the jazz concert or the rock concert or the country concert or the comedian show. So anyway, but yeah, I got called out, what I said earlier, at a comedian show where they ridiculed what I was wearing because I came as I was. And I should have been ashamed. I should have changed clothes, but I didn't want to miss the show. I was just almost there to missing it. I was like the last 10 minutes of the show, I was there. But I want to make sure that the person who invited me know I was there. I came. I showed up. I was late today. But in the 5th hour, if I don't come on at 5 o'clock, in the 5th hour, as long as I show up in that 5th hour, I'm good. I did it. And I gave you substance. I gave you some quality. I change up my style every day. Showed you a different look. I got my computer hooked in. I'm going to get the internal computer hooked in to the back of this particular display monitor, so I'll be able to do visual aid and such like that, and be able to control it a little bit better, and actually learn a whole another platform to illustrate what I'm talking about, what I'm going through. I have, objects and stuff like that. I have things that I can show. So at any rate, I'm going to go to Big Jake story time. This is the bonus part of the show. I'm giving my main soliloquy. I'm giving you a paraphrase of what I'm talking about today. It was dressing Being too dressed up or being underdressed, or dressed right when you're wearing choosing gear in the right climate. What does your body language say to somebody? If you're just going to be frowning and you're in there and they're telling you something, or they're talking to you, telling their life story, but you just all bottled up. That says you're not concerned. You're looking off as they're talking to you. You're looking every which way. You're looking at the girl walk by, or the guy walk by, or the dog walk by, or the cat walk by, or the birds, or crickets jumping. You're not giving that person eye-to-eye contact. You're not tay-to-tay with that person, even on these camera things. You're not giving that person the attention. So your body language speaks a lot. And everybody should know this, but a lot of people don't. That's in psychiatry as well. And I could be speaking to you and you just don't hear me. You don't want to hear me. You're throwing up signs and you're doing all this stuff. Everything that you do is going to come back to you twofold. And yeah, so body language is part of it. And your strategy when you're going into places. Definitely watch your strategy. Whether you have a strategy or not, you need to pay attention. What is your outcome? Who gets hurt mostly is the people who don't have strategy. Oh, I was just in Woolworths the other day and just looking around. For what? What were you looking for? I was just there. My friend wanted to go shopping and I was just there. Emmy Moses, 5 and dime, Emmy Mox. I was just at a place, just hanging out. You had no purpose. Something came out. God just pulled out of such and such and brandished a weapon and just started going at it. I'm like, wait a minute, stop. What were you doing there? I was just hanging out. Okay. So that's where we're at. We're talking about strategy, where you're at. Be somewhere on purpose. And if you're there on a random call, the lottery of it all, then yeah, you can come up on some common knowledge in the most uncommon place. You can be lucky. Lightning can strike twice or 3 times in the same place. You can be safe. But you need to have purpose, because things revolve, and sometimes that spotlight is on you, or somebody's been preying on you and watching you from afar. And know that you have no, I used to call it, she don't even have a street. She don't have a street. She don't know what she's gonna do in life. She doesn't have a purpose. She might have been something else, but she don't have a goal. She don't have an itinerary list. She doesn't have discipline, construction. She's not using the tools that's in her grasp to write and draw and plan and do the choreography, do the sketches, the architect, do the scales, outline the body, pinpoint the problem, train spotting. Yeah, if you're not going to be in that particular setting of things, it's on you. It's on you. It's on you. I could teach it, but you're not going to pick it up until you're ready to pick it up. I can knock on your door and you never hear me. You say, oh, I hear you. Ah. But it's on you to receive the message and take it in and exercise it as well to make the world a better place for somebody else and pass that on to someone else who needs that particular information. Who's ready for that information? Who's ready for the next level? Are you going to graduate? That's the question. Are you going to graduate? Are you going to take these points? Are you going to say, oh, deSz'e doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just rambling. No, these are valid points. Things that I live by. Things that I've said. I had my mouth and I said, this page was 2 lines full. And I wrote all this. I've written more. Went to another page. Opened the tablet up. I went to another page. Turned the page over like I was going to write on the other side. Because I wrote this. I wrote what I'm talking about. I have an outline when I do my live. Very rare have I had a broken live where I just go off of anything. That would have been last Thursday, right? Last Wednesday. That was a broken live, but I survived and was able to hit the mute button when there was music around and I couldn't control 2 or 3 different sources of music going on at the same time. I was like, oh no. But then I had important people who came in the chat and I had to acknowledge them. So I was able to do that and flip it back and forth. So you didn't get any music in there. And so I, keep from any strikes. I'm trying to stay on the good side, baby. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it right. And this is deSz'e with Scrap TV. I'm here at 5 o'clock a.m., 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. This is 2-a-days. I come on in the morning, I come on in the evening. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I've just made 5 o'clock a reality again. I did it again. We're ending this one. This was great. I did the bonus. I did the full hour. I'm enjoying this. This is discipline. This is perfect practice. I got a song called that too. And yeah, this is perfect practice. I came and I did what I was supposed to do. Still got a little bit to do on my itinerary list here. Maybe 7 units. 7 units left. And I'm clear. 7 units left. Let's see if I can stay on deck. Load the car, the vehicle, or the truck. The truck comes. Load the truck. Go to the other side. And purgatory style, do my session, 5 o'clock a.m. Do my session. Chill out for a minute after the show. Chill out for a minute, unwind. Peace of mind. Go back the other direction. Drop off my harvest of recyclables. I feel good about everything I did this evening. All this is straight. All this is ready. For any patrons, and all my loads are ready. I can fire on all cylinders and have peace of mind on Monday doing something a little different. Let's see if I can still pull this off. I thought I might need money to drag into tomorrow, but no, I think I can do this on willpower. But I've got to be strategic in my execution. I have to get it done. And I have to have checkpoints. And I'm going to have to get some rest somewhere in there. Or my eyes will be back down. And more lines on my forehead. Eyes weary. Clothes all wrinkled up. And now I need to have a fresh attitude of what I'm trying to do. I'm actually doing something very seriously. And I need the peace and quiet to hear what I'm hearing. I need to hear what I'm actually hearing. I don't need anything that goes bump in the night to bother me. I don't need other voices, other bodies. I need to be one with myself and one with my own chi. It's like meditation. I think that's what I'm needing tomorrow. It's a meditative session. Just me and myself and I and God just sitting there. Boom. So I can see what it is. Know what it is. Know what I need to do with it. Take the notes and come back and execute those particular things. So that's where I'm at. I'm on schedule. I'm a little behind, but I don't think I'm behind. I think I'm right on schedule. I think what I have to do is what I have to do. I cannot let anything just push me aside right now. I can't think it. Something I can't do. I can't have a distraction right now. So, tunnel vision on this one. This has to be done. Because if I push it to Tuesday, there might never be another day like tomorrow. A day like today. There might not be another day like today where I can just feel good like this. So, strategy. We got to plan that strategy right. Appreciate the likes and thanks for coming through. Scrap TV. I'm deSz'e. And yeah, that was a bonus talk right there. And I'm trying to hold up what I want to hold up. And I feel, the night changing right now. But let's do what it takes to do what's needed so I can achieve what I want. And that is important to me. What I want is very important to me. That I'm in peace with myself. And I say, hey, I gave it all I got. I did that. When I get my reward, respectful reward for my work, my handlemanship, my craftsmanship, and I say, yes, I did what I wanted to do, and I did what I said I was going to do. I showed up, showed out, and I can do it again, whatever I want. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm focusing, locking into the situation, being very serious, not too serious, over serious. Oh, I gotta do this, rah, 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 rah. I'm not rah, rah, rah. I'm just focusing in and being at peace with myself. 3 notepads, almost filled up. Going page for page, baby. Filled up. My ideas are straightening out. I can watch this and review and know 3 notebooks of notes and tablets and writing on the screen. Sharpening oneself. Getting sharper, getting clever, more cleaner. Organizing, imaging up, remembering things, remembering my itinerary list, remembering my goal, my strategy. What am I doing this for? You dig? I dig. I really dig this. I really dig this. So I hope you get something out of it every time I turn that camera on. And I hope you don't just do anything. Is that my man? No, that's animation. What up now? Hello. We're just closing it out. We're at the end of the particular show, end of the program. And if you don't, go back and listen to what I said about dress codes and climate, what kind of gear you're wearing as the solstice is changing. We're going into the fall from the summer. Some people are already in the fall. Depending on where you are on the globe, your weather is changing. Change your clothes. change your attitude, change your thoughts, reach for what you're looking for, write it down, dream about it, daydream about it, get a model of it, go get inside of that car, see if you fit in that dream car. Boy, I did this one time when I was really hyped on watching The Secret. Watching The Secret, listening to Earl Nightingale, listening to all these different people, all these different self-help books and such. Reading the Bible, all these things. I'm like, I'm finna turn my life and get my life in shape. And track everything. I'm in Matthew, book of Matthew. Knocking, the door shall be open. Asking, you shall receive. You don't have if you haven't asked. Seeking, ye shall find. I'm all over this stuff. I'm all of it. Think positive. But then it comes to doing it. I got into the superpower of it, and sometimes I'm thinking negative, and negative things would happen. So it goes, well, the door swings both ways. That's all I'm saying. The door swings both ways. You think a bad thought, you're going into that. You think a good thought, you're going into that. So I'm trying to control my thoughts, and I stay on the good and narrow, the straight and up. I'm trying to do something good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yo. You speaking L's. I'm glad she came through just a second ago. She was here for a minute, and she answered about the dress code that we're talking about. And I did include the church. I grew up Church of God in Christ, and I went to Church of Christ, or I went to Pentecostal Church, First Baptist, or I went to a Catholic church. When I was in school, when I went to an all-white school, a Catholic school, there was a dress code. You couldn't get into church if you didn't have a dress code on. You know, you come in there with a short dress. Them ladies would have safety pins and a cloth to put that along your little mini dress, because you ain't coming in there distracting nobody. And they'll put a cloth over your cleavage. If your shirt was hanging and your puppies were coming out, they would put a thing over there. You coming in there fully dressed. They say come as you are, but there was a code to everything back in the day, and they didn't play that. And the Nation of Islam, they don't play that. They shake you down, and you are not coming in there with your shirt wide open, your skirt too short, or beepers and radios and your little pocket TV so you can watch the game while the preacher's preaching. You couldn't do this. So there was rules. And we all need to pay attention to that as we go into these places. It's just no more respect. There's no reverence. They say come as you are. And some of the churches, I'm sorry, that's a deterrent for me. Some churches are just a little too much. It's a club. Sorry. The club is a church now too. You can't come to the club looking a certain way. They're going to talk about you. They're going to ridicule you. You'll be kicked out. You'll be ostracized. So, yeah, it's a different thing. And I appreciate your live the other night. You went on the spiritual side, and that was cool. You let God take over that particular live. That was beautiful. I know those songs. I got some of those songs on these tapes. My grandfather recording all the convocations throughout the United States. All the churches were all connected. One quick one. I asked a Jewish millionaire, might be a billionaire, I don't know how much money this guy has, but hey, does he know the other millionaires that are Jewish as well? And he said, well, you think all Jews know each other? Do all blacks know each other? I kind of took a step back, and I said, and I stepped back in. And I said, you know what? We all used to know each other back in the day. He couldn't say nothing about that one. He was stuck. I stuck him. I got his butt. And yeah, we all used to know each other. from here all the way to Canada, some Africa, some Germany, some Australia. Yeah, we had cousins. We knew we had family reunions. We knew each other. We communicated with other churches that were in the same faith or affiliated. Because Southern Baptist could mean Church of God in Christ, could mean some Church of Christ, could mean some Episcopal churches, could mean some Pentecostal churches, some Baptists. We would have these convocations where the churches would meet with each other, and we would travel to another state, another city, and have fellowship with that other church. I remember this. And those were times that we might still be going on. I'm sure when I see Kendi K doing a thing where she plays church service, and she's Kajik, and I'm like, it's like it never stopped. They're singing the same songs, and it's the same service, the same programs. YPWW, Sunshine Band. I'm like, ain't nothing changed. Assembly of God, the white version, what was connected to Church of God in Christ, used to be one church. The Anglos went one way, the Afrikaners, the blacks, they went another, the Negro went another way. And it's the same church, the same doctrine, and it's the same holiness style. So, but they have a code. You can't come in there, and they used to call it the after 5 look. You cannot come in there looked anyway like you go into a club. That was just point blank. So I just remember reverence when it comes to a club, a funeral, a session, tarry-all service, even choir practice. You could loosen up a little bit on choir practice. Bible study, you need to be a little bit reverent. You can be a little loose a little bit, but you can't come in there like you go into a club. So yeah, I think the reverence and common sense is missing in America, missing in maybe some other countries in domicile, providences, other places and religions. Things have gotten lightened. But you see who doesn't, who's still at it, is those Muslims. You see them in other faiths. Seventh-day Adventists. You see these guys are doing it to their doctrine still. Church of God in Christ is still doing it to the doctrine. The rules are there, and you have to abide by the rules. So that's what I was saying about clothing and body language, being dressed up, being overdressed, being underdressed. That was the subject today, and I enjoyed this. It's been fun. I appreciate everybody coming through. I'll do it again tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning. Let me get what I got to get done here before the sun gets the most of me, and the night gets the most of me, and that I can actually do what I said I was going to do almost 2 weeks ago. And now I want it to come to fruition and actually carry it out with no money. I'm going to do it. Act as if I got the money. I know I'm going to get the money. And I'll do it, but then without. So that's it. Scrap TV. This one's in the books. I did it. I did it. I did it. Thank you. I'll be back. And here comes that other video before the sun goes down.